Hey guys, welcome to the Mythic Tavern, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming stat squish for World of Warcraft. Yes, Blizzard has indeed confirmed a stat squish. For those who did not know, this actually was confirmed a couple of weeks ago back at BlizzCon, but I didn't even see it because it was kind of one of those under the radar things, and I found out last week. And I know there's a lot of people who are like me and others who don't even know what a stat squish is or have not heard that there is one coming. So the question is, when is it coming? Well, it is coming in World of Warcraft Midnight, the second expansion of World Soul Saga, not the next one that's coming out, which is War Within. So we're gonna see a stat squish after War Within. Now you might ask, what exactly is a stat squish? Well, as the name implies, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's where all of your stats, not your power, the stats, the numbers, are getting squished down. So like if you have, for example, like right now as a tank in Dragonflight at 470 eye level, I have about over a million, maybe 1 million 100k HP, which is absolutely insane. And as you can imagine, in War Within, those health numbers are gonna get even nuttier. When I do DPS on my warrior as arms and I execute for about 300k, sometimes even 400k. And it's very nice numbers, you know, they're nice, juicy, and big. But as time goes on, eventually what happens is they get so large that you can't really see anything on the screen. And it just gets really wacky, and the scaling gets kind of stupid. You know, the mobs have a stupid amount of HP, the players have a crazy amount of HP, and there comes a time when you have to balance things out. And that's why stat squish exists. Now, a lot of people, some people, I should say, not a lot of people, don't really like them because they think, oh, now I am nerfed, I do less damage. No, you are not nerfed. Your numbers just look smaller, you're still doing the damage as you did before, and everything is toned down to go with it, so everything is on the same level. I do not understand why people cry about that. It's a very simple concept. Nobody is nerfing you. A nerf is when you see a Blizzard post and they're telling you, oh, Paladin Retribution ability is now doing XYZ less % of damage, or something like that. Like, you know, Rampage for Fury Warrior is now doing 10% less damage and used to be 20% damage. That's a nerf. This is not a nerf. This is a stat squish where numbers just get a little bit more to realistic levels, and you don't look as crazy, and you don't see like weird overly large numbers that just cover your entire screen, and it just starts getting really stupid. So that's what it is. You know, I don't mind it. I think it is about time. I am a little bit surprised though they're waiting for the expansion after the next one, because honestly I kind of thought that in War Within, you know, it would be already crazy, and I guess they're waiting one more expansion before they start playing with the numbers, and I'm not sure if there's a particular reason for them to do that. Maybe because of the hero talents that are coming out, and I'm sure the hero talents will probably also play quite a big role, and you know, with a variety of specs, with how many specs there are in the game, and throwing in the whole hero talent thing is gonna multiply a lot of other numbers that we have no clue of, and you know, it's gonna get a little bit complicated. So I think they want to kind of, you know, level everything out in War Within with what's happening with the new systems, specifically, as I said, the hero talents, and then play around with that, see where it's at, and then going into World of Warcraft Midnight, whenever that comes out, you know, really put everything on a good ground level where everything makes sense. And, you know, I think that's a good idea. Now, if you're wondering when was the last time we saw a stat squish, that was back in Battle for Azeroth, which was back in 2018. Legion was kind of like the last time that you saw really crazy, insane numbers. And on top of that, the artifact weapons were absolutely nutty. They really scaled things out the wazoo. So yeah, and you know, it makes sense. So stat squish in BFA, that was the first expansion. We got the stat squish. Then we waited in Shadowlands, and now we're in Dragonflight, and now we're going into War Within next year. So that's about 3 to 4 expansions. I guess they're doing squishes around that kind of a timeline or something like that. I don't know if it's a pattern or if they're following anything specific. I don't think so. I think they're just seeing how things are, if numbers are getting wacky or not, and then they just, you know, scale it down when the time is right. So right now, the max you can, I think, eye level you can get is 489 if I'm not mistaken, with the exception of the legendary weapon from Farok. Of course, that's the one exception. I think it's like 493 or something like that. I could be wrong. You know, don't quote me on that. But you get the idea. Right now, I'm like a 470 eye level warrior. So, you know, numbers are pretty nutty. And, you know, world top raiders and PvPers or whatever, they're like in the 480s. So, yeah, and you've seen the numbers that they pulled in like the world first race, assuming that you're in that top crazy percentage. But regardless, Stat Squish is indeed due here, and like I said, I'm a little bit surprised they're not doing it sooner, but like I also said, I think the hero talents is kind of what they're waiting for to see how everything plays out, you know, number-wise. So we're probably going to be getting into, like, obviously at the beginning of War Within, into the 500 eye level mark. Then, you know, as the patches come out, there's quite a big gap between patches as well, with eye level increases, so we're looking at probably like 600 something, 620 by the end of the War Within expansion in Season 3, or Season 4. They did confirm, I believe, Fated for War Within as well, the Fated season. So, you know, there's that, but I don't think there'll be eye level increase for Fated season. I think the last eye level increase are usually Season 3. But anyway, that's besides the point. You get the idea. We're probably gonna get close to like 600s or something like that, and or over 600. 650, something like that, by the end of War Within. If you guys want to save this video and then look back and laugh at me, go ahead and do that. That'll be actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go back on this myself and see if I was right or not. So yeah, there's the Stat Squish. It is coming in World of Warcraft Midnight, which is 12.0. Nice little pun there, Blizzard. I'm sure you totally did not do that on purpose with the naming convention and the numbers and all that. But yeah, speaking of hero talents, as I previously mentioned, I'm probably gonna do a separate video on that. But yeah, so for those who did not know, Stat Squish is coming, and it's going to be here in like a few years, whenever that expansion releases. We know these expansions are coming out quicker now, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, so there you guys go. If you didn't know, now you do. And with that being said, what do you guys think about the Stat Squishers? Are you happy about that? Are you cool with numbers being leveled out again, going back to normal things? Are you kind of tired of it? Were you hoping to get them a little bit sooner? Do you think they're doing it too late? What kind of numbers are you pulling right now for your healing, for your damage, for your, you know, crits like that? Let me know in the comment section below. I really would like to see what everyone's critting for. You know, 400k on Warriors feels pretty good, but I don't know how that compares to other classes, because I don't really play other classes, so I don't want to sit here like tell you I'm a know-it-all when I'm not. But yeah, sound off in the comments below on this very topic, and let me know what you think. And yes, guys, I will be seeing you on Azeroth. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Peace out, and have a good one.